Assalamu alaikum. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, and assorted mosquitoes of Bankstown, welcome to yet another Stories in the Park. Season 5, Episode 3. The saga continues. We're still here, alhamdulillah. Still. Okay, look, before I start blabbing on, let's get the normal housekeeping stuff out of the way. For those of you who are interested in toilet facilities, hooray, we have them again. We have toilets located over to my right, to your left. Please grab a torch from the refreshment stand and make sure you don't lose yourself in the bushes again. Also, in terms of your litter, we do have extra litter bins again provided by the council somewhere, so they told us. We also have a couple of bags down located by the refreshment stand as well. Please make use of those also. I'd like to thank our sponsors this week. It's always nice when you do that. I get awfully upset when you don't. I'd like to thank Human Appeal International. I'd like to thank Muslim Aid, Muslim Women's Association, Al Nouri School, and especially Tuscany's, who will be providing us with pizza tonight. Yay! Apologies to the brothers and sisters who brought pizzas from Tuscany's earlier. We saw that. Sorry. Should have given you a bit more warning. But yes, we've got all sorts of refreshments going on. We've got dates as well. Some leftover dates from last week, so inshallah you can make the most of those. Also, just a word for anyone with children here. Just please make sure the little ones keep their hands out of the flames. There's nothing more off-putting to speakers than the smell of burning children. What else have we got? Now, alhamdulillah, we've got a beautiful night again. So I probably won't give you the wet weather warning. But if, whatever reason, the heavens do open and we have to all run for cover, then it's pretty much every man for themselves, really. No real instructions around that one. So look, this evening we've been blessed to be joined by two chaps, two brothers from Melbourne. Now these boys, alhamdulillah, they are the directors of Stories in the Park Melbourne. So they've come up here to see how the professionals do it. SubhanAllah, they've got an absolutely fantastic operation down there. If ever you get the chance to go down to Melbourne and see Stories in the Park down there, it's an entirely different setup to this. The brother running it, Hisham, he has never actually been to a Stories in the Park, yet he's took basically some stories from us guys and pretty much run with it and done his own thing. And myself and brother Ben went down there last year, and alhamdulillah, they've got a great thing going on. So yeah, kudos to you guys. And like I say, we've been blessed to be joined by them this evening. So later on we'll have brother Mohammed Al-Laisi, who will be sharing with us the story of Isa. And very shortly we will have brother Hisham Mustafa, who will be joining us. I forgot to ask him what he's doing, so you'll just have to bear with us. What else? Oh yeah, I was going to tell you. After last week, I've been asked a few questions about, what's it actually like to be, working with some of the non-Muslims. I brought it up last week. I just thought I'd mention it today. We were just, it's Christmas Eve for those who don't know, and we were at a half day at work. And one of the chaps, he came up to me and he said, now I know that you guys don't do Christmas, so have a merry Eid. And he was so proud of himself. Just a little bit out with the timing, but the thought was there. SubhanAllah, it's actually really interesting. Now this guy, right, his name is Adam. He's covered in tattoos and piercing, a young fellow, he's not a Muslim, just in case there are any doubts there. But he's had some really positive experiences. Now, I was actually the first Muslim, apparently, that he's ever spoken to. So that was kind of interesting. But he came up to me the other day and he goes, Sean, you're not going to believe this, right? But I was down in Campbelltown, and I put my wallet on the back of my ute, and I forgot it was there, so I drove off, and I lost it. It fell off, and I thought, oh man, I'm never going to see that again. There's 200 bucks in there, you know, my cards and everything, so I thought I'm never going to see it again. But an hour or so later, this girl calls me up, and she says, are you Adam? I said, I am. She goes, did you lose your wallet? I said, I did. Well, my brother found it, and he wants to return it to you. But I'm really, really sorry. He doesn't actually have any transport. And he's like, well, what do you mean? He found my wallet? Yeah. And he wants to give it back to me? Yeah. Well, wow. Yeah, that's fantastic. Campbelltown. Yeah, look, I'll drive down there now. How about I get him a bit of a present, like a crate of VB or something? She says, no, look, I don't think, no, he doesn't need that. He's quite happy as it is, you know? He said, oh, no, you sure? Come on, that's the Aussie way. Hey, I'll get you some VBs. Well, does he like VB? Does he prefer stubbies? Or she goes, well, actually, no, you know, we're Muslim and he doesn't actually drink. He's like, oh, I know a Muslim. I've got a Muslim guy at work. Yeah, oh, wow, okay. All right, well, I'll come and see you. So he comes up to me and he tells me all of this. And he goes, look, you know, they didn't want beer, and I get that. So I was thinking maybe get them a big box of jelly babies or something like that. I said, well, again, you've got to be a bit careful there because they might not be halal either. What do you mean they're not meat? No, look, let's not go there. Look, he goes, well, what can I give them? How about I give him money? I said, he's not going to take your money. He won't take your money. He goes, oh, well, I've got to give him something because I can't believe there are people like this in the world who will actually do this. He goes, I wouldn't have done it. I'd have maybe taken half of the money and, you know, like a finder's fee or something and you know, and dropped it in at a police station or something. I wouldn't have done that. I said, well, that's just our way. And, you know, like the girl said, he's already got his reward. It's not an earthly reward. It's not a, you know, box of VBs, but it's something more tangible in the afterlife. So, oh, right, okay. Well, I've got to give him something. I know, he says. How about I'll give him some money, but I say, it's not for you. It's not for you. It's for the starving children. So you have to give it to the starving children. And that way, your God's going to reward you again. I said, yeah, that sounds like a plan. And that's what he did. And so he now sees himself as the champion of Muslims. Whenever there's a conversation that comes up in the workplace, there's plenty of them, he's always in the thick of it. Not always taking the right side. Not in the right way anyway. But again, like I say, it's those little relationships that we have with one another outside in the real world. Nothing to do with the media, nothing to do with that. Because every relationship you form with a non-Muslim and show them that we're real people, ordinary people. Okay, we don't drink VB, but in every other way, we're pretty much like everyone else. Every time you can convince someone of that, alhamdulillah, that's great dawah. Whether they find Islam or not, you've done your job. Anyway, so I just felt I wanted to share that. Now, enough of the pommy blabbing. I'm going to hand you over to a brother from frozen Melbourne. I understand they've got snow down there or something, which isn't really that surprising. But ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, give a very warm, and I mean warm, Sydney Stories in the Park welcome to brother Hisham Mustafa.